guys? It's Fudo Yuso here. Wow, I said Fudo Yuso. Oh my god. Wow, I'm a god. It's Fudo Yusei here again with another deck profile. Thanks, guys. Yeah, new mat, guys. Yes, soak it in. New mat. Soak in. I give you the gift of Fudo Yusei. No, I'm playing. Too much wrestling. Anyways, new mat, new deck. This is my character Fudo Yusei Junk Turbo deck. No, it's not a competitive deck. It's still a character deck, so it's just more focused on the junk synchro monsters and the junk monsters Yusei has in his deck from the anime. So just to get straight to it, we're gonna literally start off with the monsters. Excuse me, guys. We're gonna start off with the tuners actually, which is not a lot. So we have the basic junk synchron. Nothing needs to be explained. You normal summon, bring it on level 2. Boom, that's it. And you synchro summon for junk warrior. Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's so corny. And then we have Quickdraw Synchron. We have Quickdraw Synchron. He pretty much, you discard a card from your hand, a monster pretty much, from your hand to space summon it, and then he becomes any synchron monster if you're gonna synchro summon with him. So literally all Yusei synchro monsters except for, you know, Stardust and all the Stardust synchro monsters you can go for, because he becomes any of them. So yeah, so that makes it easier for you to summon any of the synchros, including the junk synchros monsters. So we have Effect Vader, simple. He's even used in competitive. You dish him off from your hand, say screw you to an effect monster. It's effect, that's it. To the interface. So it's pretty good, and it's a tuner. Then we have Road Synchron. His effect is, I mean, he's either there to synchro summon for Road Warrior, or, you know, if you're trying to go for something else like Stardust or Armoring Arm, if you're going for anything else other than Road Warrior, his level is cut down by 2. But when he attacks, he increases his level by 1, so it's pretty good regardless. And then we have Drill Synchron, which it's a pretty good card. You know, once per turn, if you have him on the field and during each battle between the warrior type monster you have, attack monster you have, and if you attack to a defense, it just makes it a piercing monster. And if you do, you draw a card, and that's once per turn. So it's a pretty good card, and it's also used to summon Drill Warrior. So yeah, that's pretty much what it does. It just makes your warriors pierce, and every time you do, by his effect, you draw a card. And then we have Debris Dragon. Pretty simple. You just use it to summon Stardust. That's it, because that's all you can go for in the Yusei deck for Stardust. So yeah, he comes out, special summon level 5, special summon a monster with 5 attack or less, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have to explain this effect. Most of you guys know it anyways. Now we're gonna go into the monsters. For this we have Junk Servant. If you control a junk monster, you just special summon him from your hand. Pretty simple. That's it. That's all he does. He's junk. It's garbage. No, I'm playing. We also have Junk Collector, anime card. In the OCGs, he came out as a real card, but they never made it here. So it's like an OCG exclusive. I wish they made it here. I'm gonna get it anyways. His effect is during either player's turn, you can banish him and you can banish this face-up card and 1 trap card in your graveyard, and then you can activate his effect as that trap card you banish. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good card. Yusei has a lot of traps, especially a lot of normal trap cards, so it's a pretty good card to use. Then we have Salvage Warrior. You tribute summon, when he's tribute summoned, you literally special summon a tuner from your hand or graveyard. So easy access for a synchro summon, and he's also a 19 beater. So, you know, you have either a beefsteak or you can synchro summon easily. So that's what Salvage Warrior does. We have Necro Linker. Necro Linker allows you to, you tribute him, you special summon a synchro monster from your graveyard. But you can't synchro summon on that turn that you special summon that monster. So, you know, it's a good combination with urgent tuning, you know, to synchro summon on your opponent's turn. So yeah, it's pretty good. Then we have Synchron Explorer, When he's normal summon, you just place him in a Synchron monster from your graveyard. That's it. Its effects are negated, but he's literally just there to make sure that you can Synchro summon. That's it. That's all he does. We have Speed Warrior. Speed Warrior. Nobody needs to explain that card. It's just a good card. Shield Warrior. His effect activates in the graveyard. You banish it. You prevent a monster you control from being destroyed from that battle. Fortress Warrior just says stall. That's literally it. You gotta attack it twice to kill it, and you take no battle damage and fall. Then we have Guard Master. It's an anime card. You can banish it from your graveyard. When a face-up attack with this monster you control is attacked, and then if you do, you can change the battle position of that attacking monster, and it can't be destroyed by battle that turn. So that's pretty good. That's literally a graveyard effect. Yusei has a lot of those. Then we have Gauntlet Warrior. It's literally just for warriors. You can tribute him, is a quick effect, and if you do, each face-up warrior monster you control gains 5 attack and defense until the end of the next damage step. So yes, it activates during the damage step. So that's pretty freaking good. And that activates when that monster's attacks or is attacked. So it's pretty good. Then we have Quillbolt Hedgehog. You just special summon it when you have a tuner and then it leaves the field. Synchro summon. Boom. And then we have Doppelwarrior. You special summon it from your hand when a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, and then when he's used as a synchro material, bring out up to 2 tokens. Anime, you can bring out up to 2 in face attack or defense, your choice. Tuningware, the greatest looking card, has a freaking pan and a scarf. And his effect is you can make him a level 2 when you're gonna synchro summon, and if he's used as a synchro material, you draw a card. So yeah, more draw cards. Then we have Level Eater. You can target level 5 or higher, and if he's in your graveyard, you special summon it by reducing that monster's level by 1. And you can literally continue to use that over and over and over and over and over and over. But it can't be used for a tribute, except for a tribute summon. So you can't spam cards that have costs. And he got banned in OCGs. That's good, because he's broke. Anyways, we have Needle Soldier. He's a pretty good card for synchros. When he's used as a synchro material, he makes your synchro monster appear. That's literally what it is. I mean, it's a pretty good card. And we have Sonic Warrior. He's good in combination with Junk Synchron if you're trying to go for Junk Warrior and you have a whole bunch of level 2 Allure monsters. When he's sent to the graveyard, all level 2 Allure monsters you currently control gain 500 attack. So it just buffs up Junk Warrior if you know how to play the combo right. And then we have last monster, Boost Warrior. You special summon him from your hand if you have a tuner, and then while he's in defense mode, all your warriors gain 300 attack. So that's good. And he's also good to synchro summon. So that's all the monsters, guys. So for the trap cards, we have Scrap Iron Scarecrow. No need to explain that card, you just negate an attack. We have Spirit Force. The only monster you can really add to your hand is Junk Synchron, so that's pretty much it. You reduce the damage you take and then just add a Junk Synchron from your graveyard, if you have one. Graceful Revival, self-explanatory. It's a Call of the Haunted just for level 2 monsters, level 2 Allure. That's pretty much what it is. Then we have Desperate Tag, a card that I haven't used in a while. It's a pretty good card. If an attack resist monster you control is destroyed by battle during the damage step, you can reduce the battle damage you take to 0, and then if you do, special summon a level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand at the end of the damage step. So it's pretty good. This deck has a lot of warriors, so it's pretty good. Tuner's Barrier, it just protects one tuner monster you control from being destroyed with battle or card effects until the end of the next turn. So it's a pretty good card. Descending Lost Star, self-explanatory. You just special summon freaking Synchro. That's it, and other stuff. And we have Miracle's Wake. Pretty good card. The anime effect is more broken, but we can't use the anime effect. When a monster, you can select a monster that was destroyed by battle this turn and space summon it. That's it. We have Synchro Out. It's literally Diffusion, but for synchros. But the only side effect is that you destroy those cards during the end phase. So you have to either synchro summon on that turn you desynchro, or on that turn you synchro out, or it's just good to use as a defensive card. So yeah, it's just Diffusion, but for synchros. Then we have Urgent Tuning, which is one of the cards that is very good in this deck that you're gonna combo into a lot. just synchro. You just literally it's just a flash fusion, but for synchros. You synchro summon during the battle phase. That's it. And then we have synchro spirits. And you banish a synchro monster from your graveyard and display summon the synchro materials that were used to summon that synchro monster. If they're in your graveyard. If not, you can't. And then defense draw, self-explanatory. We have Synchro Strike, also another self-explanatory card. This is for synchros, so yeah. And now for the spell cards, we have Tuning, search out a Synchron, and tuner monster from your deck, and then you send one card from the top of your deck to the graveyard. Animate, you send cards from the top of your deck equal to the level of the monster you added, so I don't know which one is better. Age of Baton, anime card, a lot of y'all know this. You draw 2 cards, then discard 1. That's it. It's like a miniature version of Graceful Charity. Yeah, Ship Down. This is a speed spell, but my friend made it into a regular spell. He made all the speed spells into a regular spell. You pay 500, you draw 1 card, but the speed spell does something else. I forgot what it does. We have Junk Barrage. It's literally a card that you put to monster, and if it destroys a monster battles into the graveyard, your opponent takes damage. You could have that destroyed monster's attack. And last but not least, Variety comes out. You return a Synchro monster you control, and then space summon tuner monsters from your graveyard whose combined levels are equal to the the level of the Synchro monsters. And you can't Synchro summon that turn. So again, Urgent Tuning is a really good card. That's the spell cards. That's pretty much the deck. Now for the synchros, we have 9 synchros. I chose those because I wanted to make it more focused on the junks. So we have starting off, Stardust Dragon. That card is always going to be in this deck no matter what. Everybody knows what that does. We have Road Warrior. Once per turn, space summon level 2 or lower machine or warrior from your deck. Pretty good card. We have Junk Destroyer. Freaking amazing card. You synchro summon, blow up cards on the field equal to the number of non-synchro monsters, non-tuner monsters you use to summon it. So it's pretty good. Then we have Junk Archer, another pretty good card. Once per turn, banish, target a monster on your opponent controls, banish it until the end of the turn. And then it comes back on the end phase in the same position it was banished. So it's pretty good to open up and attack directly. We have Junk Berserker. I rarely use this card, but I like it. I've always liked it, but I rarely use this card, and this deck is perfect. You can banish a junk monster and decrease, and target one face of monster your opponent controls. That monster loses attack equal to the banished monster's attack. And when it attacks a defense position monster, it destroys it at the start of the damage step, so it's pretty good. Then we have Drill Warrior. Everybody knows what he does. Pretty good card, but for everybody who doesn't, you discard a card. You can either attack, once per turn, cut his attack was a half permanently to attack directly, or you can discard a card to banish it, and then on your standby phase it comes back, and you add a monster from your graveyard to your hand. Then we have Junk Garna, the card that was used in the movie, Bonds Beyond Time. Once per turn you can switch, you can target a monster your opponent controls and switch the battle position to that monster, and then if he's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can do the same thing again. So it's a pretty good card, but the second effect is for any monster on the field. The first effect is only for your opponent's side. Then we have Guy, Junk Warrior. I love this card, always did. He synchro summon, he gains attack equal to all level 2 or lower monsters you control. This is what this one says on the field, but I like using the original effect because they errated it. So it's all monsters you control, so it's pretty good. And last but not least, Armor Arm. Pretty great card. It equips to a monster. It gives it 1,000, and if it kills a monster by battle, if the equipped monster kills a monster by battle, it inflicts damage. Perfect. It inflicts damage equal to the destroyed monster's attack in the graveyard. So it just becomes a flame wingman. So it's a pretty good card. So that's the deck, guys. The main focus of this deck is literally to bring out your junk synchro monsters and to just go off on your opponent. And if you're trying to win a specific way, you can with this deck. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed this video. I hope y'all guys enjoyed the deck. Subscribe, like, comment, let y'all voice be heard. And this is the end of the video. So riding duel, acceleration.
Gotcha.
Shut up.
You filth.
Let y'all voice be heard.
come on. 여러분, 다시는 팬 여러분.
天空にかけ怒りの悪ペンデラム召喚来い俺のモンスターズたちあららおつことつくペギン渡るのマラコオーダイスペンデラムドラゴン